Guys, this video could be game-changing if you are struggling hitting your irons. We're going to be talking about some universal adaptations that all golfers can use to absolutely pure their irons. It's certainly something that I wish I knew about the golf swing much earlier. And before we dive in, if you are new here or you haven't already, please consider becoming a friend of the channel and hitting that subscribe button. It will be fantastic to have you part of the community, and of course hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future videos to further help you improve your game. So let's talk about two key ideals that we want to be seeing on how you can strike your irons purely, and also how you can bring them together, connect them, just so you can become the very best golfer that you can be. And I've also got a great drill and visualization that you guys can use at the range. Most of you may know this, but if you want to strike an iron, you really want to pure it, ideally that club needs to be descending through the points of impact. So that means the angle of attack needs to be moving down. This club needs to be moving towards the earth, connecting with the ball, before bruising or taking a divot after impact. This doesn't have to be like crazy steep. You don't need to be hitting this ball down to the other end of the world, but having a slightly descending blow is very much preferable. Now, it's not as simple as just moving that club down at the ball, because the club doesn't work like that. It moves in an arc at the bottom of the swing. Now, if you imagine when I'm stood here that the bottom of the arc is right where that ball is. So that would be a sweeping motion. We might catch the ball quite clean. So what we want to do is move the center of that arc slightly after the ball, more towards the target. Now what you can see here is when that happens, the angle of that arc through impact is now moving downwards with the club, which will be brushing the ground after the ball. This is how you take divots. But how can we connect the arc to what the body is doing? Well, very simple. The center of the arc is connected to the center of my body, which is pretty much where my sternum is here. Now, if at impact, I manage to move my sternum slightly ahead of the ball, you will notice that the center of that swing arc has now moved just after the ball. Now, technically, the swing center is just here. It's just to the left of the sternum. But if you think about it from the center of your chest, this is going to make things a lot easier. And let's be honest, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Now, many golfers understand that they need to move a little bit of weight onto that lead foot, that they need to get kind of on top of the ball, that they don't want to be leaning back. But what this often leads to is golfers making this kind of movement where they just slide towards the target. They throw everything this way. Now, that might get you ahead of the ball, but it can also lead to other issues. But to get this feeling, there's a great drill that you can use. The first thing we need is an imaginary soft fruit or vegetable. Kieran, what do you think? Soft fruit or vegetable?
Peach.
Peach. Oh, I do like a nice peach. So this is what I want you to imagine, okay? You've moved up to the top of the swing and gosh darn it, somebody has placed a peach under your lead heel. Now, what we want to be getting the feeling of is moving down, putting pressure on that left heel to squish that peach, to make it a former fruit, to turn it into a puree. But apart from creating a wonderful accompaniment to cheese and cured meat, making this move will enable you to get your swing center over and beyond the ball. Think about it this way. I've moved up to the top of the swing and I want to squish the peach. Just look what happens to my body. It moves down and towards the target. And remember, my swing center, where my sternum is, I'm at the top, I squish, and all of a sudden, that has moved forward without me even thinking about it. My arc has shifted more towards the target as well. So to the top, and squish that peach. Oh, that was a great strike, actually. The second thing that we need to understand is that this swing arc, it isn't just one-dimensional. You can't think of it from just this face-on angle. You have to move your perspective around to this position, because as well as being down and up, this arc is also tilted, so it moves around the body. Now, this is important because what a lot of golfers do to try and get that downward strike with their irons is they move their hands miles ahead of the ball. They really try and force this position. But what this can do is it can force the arc, rather than moving around on this nice path as it moves around the spine angle, shoving those hands miles ahead can actually change where that arc is moving. Now, having a little bit of shaft lean add impact with the irons, I've got an 8-iron here, that is desirable. But like I said, we don't want to have this kind of motion. So rather than thinking about pushing those hands miles ahead, simply think about a more natural way to move the club. As you come through, we've squished the peach. Now, with the hands, try and feel like they're moving more around the body in this direction rather than here. Now, what that will mean is as you come through the ball, as those hands move around the body, they will naturally get ahead of the ball. You don't need to try and force them into this position. If you can get the hand path following the natural arc that the club wants to make, at impact, we're going to be in this position. So we're going to squish the peach and then just allow those hands to move around the body. Let the natural arc achieve the successful strike that we want. I really should listen to my own advice. I think I should subscribe to the Swing Clash channel. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully, take my glove off, you've enjoyed this video. If you do want to continue your swing quest and your improvement in this beautiful, wonderful game, make sure that you check these videos out here. They're all about how you can strike your irons even better.